There's a girl takes me out of my mind all the time. Studio. Do. Oh. Phil Collins. Studio. Hey, nobody remembers that song, Studio? I remember it. I went out. I ran right out and bought "No Jacket Required" by Phil Collins, a tape. When I was a kid, my paper route money. You don't need to know that. You really don't. You probably do need to know that. I don't know if you need to know that. Welcome to your Vape at 5. I am your host. I'm the BlackCat. Today I have a review just for you, Dave Xcore, just for you. It is the Barrage RDA by Asmodus and Vaping with Thesis. Vaping with Thesis, as you know, reviewer super guy. Put together, he's been working on this a couple years apparently, and teamed up with Asmodus, who Asmodus has been just a fantastic company to me as far as providing products for me to review, and has really taken feedback and not gotten upset about things when I didn't like some of the things that they sent me. So I have a lot of respect for Asmodus and a lot of respect for Thesis. So I was super excited when I heard the RDA was coming out. I was really, really excited when I heard I was going to get in one for review. Now I'm a little bit late on this one. I had a couple reviews before this one, so I'm about a month late. But I did get to use this RDA for about a week and a half, test it out really, the best I could, and come up with some information for you that I hope will help with your vaping experience if you decide to buy one. So the Barrage RDA, without too much more, let's take it down to the table. I'll show you what the RDA looks like, what you get with it, and we'll bring it back up top. We're gonna actually do a full build today, Big G, a full build today. I threw the coil away I was using. I'm going to use a coil out of the packaging, and we're going to do I'm going to wick it up. I'm going to do everything. Just like old times. Just like old times before I don't do that before I became too important to do that myself. I actually have people who do that for me now. I don't have anybody who does that for me now. I still do it myself. All right, let's go down the table. For Christ's sake, Scott, just show us the RDA. Stop talking. Stop postponing with your stupid jokes. All right, here is the packaging. Let me bring it up just a touch so you get a little bit more. All right, packaging for the Barrage RDA. Very unique. Comes in this little pyramid style packaging, which I think is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. That focused in a little bit. Let's see if I can focus that in. There we go. All right, so it comes in this little pyramid style packaging, Barrage RDA. There's a picture of Thesis with his logo, one piece, and a picture of the RDA on the sides here. You have some verification information, Thesis's name, and of course the actual maker of it there, Asmodus on the back. Going to give you the contents, which are drip tips, squonk pen, extra parts, the Barrage RDA, and 2 Clapton coils, which is really, really nice. And then some advanced warnings and things of that nature on there as well. And where it is made, manufactured, and the barcode. Inside, you're going to get the Barrage RDA. It sits right there. You're going to get 2 Allen keys, one for the squonk pen and one for your deck. And then you're going to get a little bag of goodies inside of here. You get 2 Clapton coils that are fused Clapton coils, which are ferro wrap, so you can install them easily. You're going to get a gold-plated 510 squonk pin, which I've already changed out for the other gold-plated regular 510 pin. Some green O-rings, and 2 extra deck screws. So that is what we're going to get in here. I'm going to go ahead and take out the coils because I'm going to be using one of those today. So they give you 2. So you get one originally, and then you can re-wick on it as well, which is something that's a really, really nice touch that they did that. I know Asmodus does that with a lot of their products now, which is super, super nice. All right, move that out of the way. Let's take a look at the RDA. So here is the actual RDA. Allow me to focus this in best I can. There we go. 24 millimeter RDA. It's about 29 millimeters if you go from the base up to the top of the tip there. About 25 millimeters without that 810 drip tip. It's top airflow. Now, one thing you'll notice about here, where is the airflow at? So the airflow actually, and you can barely see it, it's right there. and it's on both sides. It goes down, and I'll show you how that works, but it's a top airflow, which actually becomes more of a bottom airflow, and here's the other one. So that's where your airflow is, and it goes right down into the deck. There's a reducer inside of the chamber here that you will see that takes the air directly onto the coil. Delrin 810 drip tip, Goon style. They have the green O-ring in there to hold it in there, so you can use any other 810 drip tip you want to with it. Pretty nice. I mean, just a normal Delrin drip tip, wide bore, single coil RDA, so it doesn't have a whole lot. It's not huge opening there, but enough. Nice machining on this here. This just came out of the ultrasonic, so if you've seen some wetness or anything on it, that's what that is from. But if you look here, the machining on it is excellent, and I'll show you a little bit more of that when I show you the deck and inside the barrel. On the bottom here, it says Barrage, Asmodus. It gives you a stainless steel 394, which I guess is what it is made of. And then it says right here, divined by Thesis himself. The connector here for the 510 is actually, I probably would not use this in hybrid mode. It does protrude, but not a whole lot. Really, though, the intention of single coil RDAs aren't really for hybrid mechs mostly, so it really isn't that big of a loss. Nice insulator there, though, so it is nice and safe. All right, let's take a look inside the barrel here real quick, and then we'll look at the deck. Get this off of here. Okay, so I mentioned inside. So inside here, you'll see how it has that chamber reducer. So that's one thing that I really, really like. Now that is milled into the deck. That's not coming out of there. It is absolutely 100% staying put. Here is your airflow. So these little side airflow here, which you'll see, you can barely see it in there, right there, are directly to here. This comes into the deck at kind of an angle right here. If you see that little angle on the deck, that's where your airflow comes in, and then it guides it down onto the coil. Now, the coil placement is kind of tricky, not super, but you want to make sure your coil is low enough that that airflow comes right onto it and hits it, but I'll show you exactly how to install it. I actually had to do it twice to get it where I wanted it. Machining on this is absolutely fantastic. Take a look at that there. Beautifully done. These little notches here coincide with notches on the deck right here, and that will lock into place to make sure that these airflow, because when you put the cap on, you can't see where the airflow is going. So these lock in place to make sure the airflow is exactly where it's supposed to be when you put the cap on, which is really, really nice. And really, honestly, you just put the cap on and spin it until you feel it lock, and then it's perfect. Airflow, one thing I don't particularly care for is the airflow on it is not adjustable. So basically you're stuck with that wide open airflow, and there's not a whole lot you can really do with that. So if it is too much airflow, you're pretty much stuck with it. I found that for me, honestly, on a single coil, it was a little bit too much airflow. It was a little bit too much. It wasn't tight. I wasn't getting a lot of resistance with the airflow. It was pretty wide open. So I would have liked to tone the airflow down a little bit, but not something that is possible with this RDA. So that's a cap. Again, machined beautifully, man. Asmodus just makes really, really nice products. All right, here is the deck. Dual O-rings here, keep the cap on. Cat fits super nice and snug. Again, you'll see the bottom of it here. That little notch that I was explaining its purpose earlier, and it is Pharaoh style install. So you get one lead goes here, the other lead goes here, coil sits right in the middle, and it has a coil rod guider where you just set your coil rod right there, and it puts the coil. Now, one thing I noticed, if you put your coil exactly right here when you install it, it's too high. You have to push it down just a little bit more. You want it under both of these posts here to get the maximum flavor. At least that's what I felt. Installing on this is super easy. You have your squonk holes on either side, so one there and one there, and it wicks absolutely beautifully. Really, really well done. Great in squonk mode. So see here you have fairly open for a single coil, fairly open juice well there. And pretty deep as well. Pretty deep juice well. Asmodus, one thing about Asmodus really likes putting out these 24 millimeter single coil RDAs. I love 24 millimeter single coil RDAs. Absolutely love them. The C4 from Asmodus, as ugly as it is one of my favorite to this day single coil RDAs. And this one, similar. Now, the C4 has side airflow that goes directly in, and it's honeycomb. So it's not really similar to the C4 in that respect, but as far as size and as far as the chamber being reduced and the deck being reduced, it stays in that theme of the C4. And I think that adds to the flavor. So gold-plated deck screws, everything else here is going to be stainless steel. Nice big insulator back there on your positive side. Very well done. The squonk area there is raised slightly off the deck. I'm telling you, it wicks fantastic. You'll have absolutely no problems wicking it. And I'll show you. I have a. I'll actually wick it with the squonk bottle so you guys can see how well that works. All right, so let's go ahead and let's install one of these coils in here. Take this off, put this onto the top side carbon. And I'm gonna pull you up a little bit so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Do just a quick build on here. Let me put the autofocus on. There we go. All right, I'm going to use one of these Omni coils. And as you see, they're already in Ferro style, so it's super easy to use. And you get two. So basically, you could probably go with these coils. You could probably go, I don't know, maybe a month and a half, 2 months probably, without ever having to buy coils for it. So that's a really, really nice touch. Now, these are super easy. So just take your coil rod here. This might be 2.5. Are they 2.5? Yeah, they are. So let me grab something else. All right. This should work. There we go. And you're just going to take it like this here. Whoops. There we go. Take it like that there. And slide it in just like that. Oh, let me focus that. See, this is what I hate of using the autofocus. Turn that off. Open that up. There we go. All right, let me do that again. Let's show look how easy. Now, if you've never used a Ferro style deck, so easy to install. Now I've got it in there. It doesn't want to come out. Basically, you just line the coils up. Entry point here, turn it sideways like that, and then just straighten it up. Bam, you're installed. You want to find the middle, which is right about... Oh, if I didn't keep moving it. Middle is right there. Take your rod that is provided, your Allen key, and tighten it up. And there we go. Perfect. All right, let's go to the other side here. Hold it in there nice and tight, and just screw it in. Now we'll clean up those leads. Let me grab my snippers here. Clean these leads up. And this one here. Bend that up just a bit. All right, now I'm going to take the coil rod. I'm just going to pull it down. All right, push that down. Okay, so now you'll see where I have it. See how I have it way underneath the actual deck there? You want it below. When I first did it, I actually put it parallel or consistent with the top here, where it was right across the top, and I wasn't getting the flavor I wanted. So I dropped it down a little bit lower, and I got some really, really nice flavor. I see where this ohms out at. Well, it's saying, no way that's 0.7. No way. Let's loosen these leads up a little bit. There's no way this is 0.7 on a single coil. You got to be kidding me. Let's open these up just a little bit until I get it burned in. Then we'll tighten them back. There we go. So let me just turn this down. Take it down to about... See, yeah, now it's coming in at 0.22, which is probably more where it should be at. All right. There we go. Nice and slow. There we go. And turn it up a little bit. Yeah, 0.19. That sounds about right. All right, now let's tighten these back down. So that's one trick. If you've ever had that happen where it was just too low, it wasn't burning in because it was too low, loosen your leads a little bit and do it again. Little trick that always works. There we go, 0.15. So there we go. All right, so we got some hot spots on there. Come on. Ooh, man, there's some hot spots in these coils. I'm not used to that. There we go. Finally. All right, got it out. Coils quality, not the best, but I mean, they're free. So can't really complain about that too much, right? And they come with it. All you gotta do is just make sure you burn them in right. I would also recommend, if you're going to use the coils that they provide, and I'm not doing this right now because I can't, I would wash them. Even after you burn them in, go ahead and take 5 minutes. Just take a toothbrush and some soap and clean them up. If you don't have, or if you have an ultrasonic, that's even better. Just use your ultrasonic to clean it up. But I would certainly clean it up before using it. All right, gonna use some of the holiest fiber on the face of this earth. This fiber, let me tell you guys, Pope John Paul blessed this fiber before he passed at the Vatican. He sure did. All right. Pull this in. Doing a little Swedish roll here. All right, looks good. Oh, it's too big. I haven't used I always use the same amount of cotton no matter what, which I probably shouldn't. But I haven't used a 2.5 millimeter coil in a while. So I'm putting a little bit too much in here, but that's okay. Pull that through. All right. There we go. Put this over here. And let's clean her up. So flip that out. Just cut it right along the, this is one, actually, I'll probably cut it a little bit more. First cut, I always do just right along the deck. This is my guide. And then we're just going to comb this out just a little bit. Get it all going the same way. This holy fiber doesn't take a whole lot of maintenance. I mean, this stuff is ready to go as soon as you take it out of the bag. Or much break-in. Really doesn't take any break-in at all. It automatic. I mean, or at least the least amount of break-in I've ever used on any cotton I've ever used. Take that there, put it into the juice well. Clean it up just a bit. Now, we're going to go ahead and squonk it. I'm going to show you how well this thing wicks. Come on, you sucker. There we go. Let's clean that up just a bit. There we go. Nice. Let's grab this here. Slide that into the deck. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if I can get this down just a little bit. Focus it in. There we go. So there you go. That's it wicking. Now if you can see that it actually covers the entire coil. I had to be kind of careful because I obviously don't want it to leak because I don't have the cap on, but you get the idea. Completely submerges the coil, and that's with a half squonk. So the one thing about the top airflow is you don't have to worry about it leaking at all. It will not leak. That is one of the major pros, which allows you to give it a full squonk. So I'm not going to do a full squonk, but as you can imagine, that coil is 100% submerged every time you squonk it. Returns the juice well. Juice sits in the very bottom of the deck there. Now to put the cap on, super easy. Put it on just like that and spin it. Whoop, I caught it immediately. But you just put the cap on and turn it until you feel it lock, and there you go. All right, let's bring it back up top. We'll talk about the Barrage RDA. So let me take a couple drags off of the couple drags. Take a couple drags off of this cigarette. No, I'm kidding. Let me take a couple of pulls off of this. Then we'll talk about the flavor, airflow, all that good stuff. I'm going to turn it up. So it's coming in at 0.20. So those coils are 0.20. I'm going to vape it at about, what do you say, 65 to 70 watts. A little high. I think some people go between 55 and 65 on a 0.2. I do a little higher, so I'm going to do about 65. I mean, ultimately, probably 70 is where I'd have it at. Really good vapor production for a single coil RDA. So, full squonk. Very little spit back like I like. When I first got this RDA, I didn't know anything about it. All that I knew was from Asmodus and from Vaping with Thesis. And I was really excited to use it. When I first wicked it up, I put the coil, I put the coil too high. I put the coil way too high. And even with that slight, maybe half a millimeter difference in height, a huge difference in flavor, and I was not that impressed. I was like, wow, the flavor on this just isn't there for a single coil. When I adjusted the airflow and I dropped it down, when I dropped the coil down and I put the coil where it is supposed to be, I'm getting really, really good flavor from it. Again, you're going to get a little bit of spit back from it, but it's not a tremendous amount. The only criticism I have is I wish I could cut the airflow down. I really do. And it's not something that, like, I wish I could cut it down, maybe not by half, but close to that. Close to that. So that's a pretty big thing that that's one thing I wish that I could change. Now, if it had like another insert for it that was like another coil, like another chamber reducer, which did that, it would be perfect. It really would. Or if there was a way to like adjust the top, like the top had like some kind of turn on it, which I don't know how much that would have cost in extra machining. Like made it a 2-piece part where you could kind of turn the top of it to barely like to close down that little hole that goes down. That would have been something that would have been kind of nice because then you could have adjusted the airflow. But with that being said, if you don't like the airflow, if the airflow is too much or even too little, which I couldn't see it being too little, I really couldn't see it being too little. If it was too much for you, there's really not a whole lot you can do with it other than just to continue to vape it the way it is. Not that vaping it the way it is bad. It's just for my vaping style, I like a little bit more heat and I like a little less airflow. But that is just my vaping style. So let's look at the pros and cons of this RDA. One of the biggest pros is it does not leak. It's top airflow. It's top airflow in, side to bottom, kind of like not really a true bottom airflow, but almost kind of like at maybe, I don't know, like a 15-degree pitch up onto the coil. So it's not like coming in from the bottom and hitting it like a Kennedy or like the Ohana, which we looked at last week. But it is at kind of a lower pitch up into the coil. No way it can leak. It wicks amazingly, and it will not leak. You can fully squonk it and submerge that coil in e-liquid and get a wonderful flavor from the RDA. The look of it, I like the look. Very basic. Very basic and almost... I don't know what to compare it to. I'll tell you, this isn't a good comparison, but for some reason when I first saw it, I thought of the 502. It's completely different than the 502. The 502 is a vertical coil. It's completely different RDA than that. But for some reason, it reminded me of that. It's got a really unique, beautiful look. And I think the look of the 502, I love it. I love it. I think it's a gorgeous RDA. And this one, I think this is really good looking. Not overlaid. There's no labels on it or anything. It really sits in, even though it's not priced at the high end, it kind of gives you that high end impression. Delrin drip tip, could they give you a better drip tip? Yeah, I mean, you're not going to use this drip tip. That was the first thing I did. I changed it out and I used my own drip tip, but it's not bad. It's serviceable. You could use it. If you pulled it out of the box and started using it with the coil they provided, you could use it. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I used a drip tip with a little bit smaller intake to try to reduce that airflow a little bit. The machining on it, it's Asmodus. Everything Asmodus makes is good. as far as maybe not good as far as like you like it or don't like it. Like I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the machining on it, the production of it. It's clean when you get it. The accessories and things that come with it are all well done and they're all in there, so you don't really have to do a whole lot. So the machining on it is definitely a pro and it looks fantastic. And again, I'll mention how it wicks. In squonk mode, this thing wicks fantastic. It really does. And they did a, with that top airflow, I mean, you can literally just dunk. It's like dunking the coil in e-liquid, and then the e-liquid drains off, you vape it, and you get a wonderful flavor. The biggest con on it is the airflow. The airflow that you can't adjust it, for me, is something that it's just in the back of my mind with it. It's just in the back of my mind with it, and it's something that I think I know why they didn't. You know, I can understand that, and I don't want to harp, obviously, but it's one thing that would be a negative for me. So if I was going to rate this RDA on a scale of poor, meaning it will hurt you all the way to excellent, it is a good RDA. Certainly a good RDA. Now, this is $35.99 on the Asmodus website. It comes in 4 different colors. They have, this is considered silver, which is just stainless steel. They have black, gold, and then heat-treated rainbow. So you got all 4 different colors, you know, that are pretty nice, pretty much kind of standard with Asmodus. I like the look of the stainless or silver version of this RDA. I think it looks really, really nice. For a 24 millimeter, if you're in the market for a 24 millimeter single coil RDA, I would certainly check it out. I would check it out. And I think you could, at $34, I think that you can get it and enjoy it. I certainly think it's worth that $34 considering how well it's made and that you get everything with it. You get 2 coils with it. You get all the tools you need to install and things like that. You get an extra, extra deck screws and all the stuff that comes with it. It's certainly worth that $34. Thanks everybody for watching. Now, I'm going to sit here and talk for a little bit. And then if you did not know, as most people do apparently know, okay, I keep saying it, today is my birthday. I'm 22 years old today, surprisingly. 22 years old. I'm not 22. I'm actually like double that and raise you some, actually, on 22, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'll talk about that. So if you just tuned in for the review, thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It's fun. We have a good time. I do this 3 times a week. It's going to be 4 times a week. In a couple weeks here, we're going to be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday is the Vape Hot Tub. Featured builders, talk about building. Best community in the chat here, which I'm pointing at. You guys can't see that. Best community in the, not only in the vape game, but in the YouTubes. Great people, very supportive, wonderful people to watch. So subscribe to the channel. Join the Blackcatfam. We hang out every day at 5 o'clock. All right, let's go in and just happy 22nd birthday, says Leo Berry. Thank you, Leo. Thank you for that. Thanks everybody for the thanks for the birthday. It was touching today. I told Veronica, I like looked at my mouth. I was like, man, I got a lot of happy birthdays, and she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was really touched. So thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing good? I got Veronica. I got to pick my meal today, so I picked baked steak. You ever had baked steak? It's fantastic. It's like a cube steak, but you put like gravy and stuff on it. Kind of country stuff, like kind of breaded, like country steak. It's really good. That's what I'm having for dinner. I was very excited to have that. Plus, it's like something I can take to work for the next 2 days and eat. So I'm pretty happy. Thank you, Steven. Good to see everybody, man. He's 74. I'm not 74, Charlie. We're going to go through. We're going to say hi to everybody. And looks like I see. All right. Adam, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining today. Hope everything is going well, man. Good to see you. Addy Tooney, what's up, Addy? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, sir. Super duper glad you are here. Thank you for joining. Billy, what's up, Billy? Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great Tuesday, man. Thanks for joining. BlackCat, Whiteface, my birthday. Yeah, I'm 46 today. I don't feel 46. You know, when I think of 46, when I think of age, I think of it as like when I was a kid and thinking about people's ages. And I can remember thinking that like 30 was old, 40 was really old, and 50 was like, are you dead yet? You gonna die anytime soon? You're 50 years old. Like I remember thinking that, and I'm like 4 years away from that. It's crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know where time has went. That's one thing with aging. It just seems like time just flies by. You know, and the older I get, the faster time goes. And, but yeah, I'll tell you, I woke up today to Veronica, happy birthday. And we had a little fun this morning. I don't know if I should bring that up. Had a little fun this morning, which was really nice. That was a nice thing to do before work. That put me in a. I came into work. I was like, "Hello, everybody." I was like in a great mood. I was like, "Why are you such a good mood?" I was like, "Well, had some sweet loving this morning." So I came home, got a nice gift. I got a Cleveland Brown sweatshirt, a new one, which is beautiful. I'm so happy to have that, and a nice card. And it was so I've had a very nice birthday. Now I'm getting big steak. I'm pretty excited about. Cal's Irons, great to see you, man. Man, $20 swivel. Thank you for joining, brother. Great to see you. Charles McLaren, he's super rich. He's a baron. He is the baron. Good to see you, Charles. Glad you're here. Charlie, what's up, Charlie? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining. Glad you're here. Jesse, hey, Jesse, how you doing, hon? Hope everything went well with your trip. Hope everything is going well with you in general, and I hope you're feeling good, Jesse. I miss you. I'm glad to see you in the chat. Thank you for joining, my love. Dave X Gore. What's up, Dave? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Glad you are here. Gore. It's Halloween, Dave. You big Halloween guy, Dave? You like Halloween? Spookies? Spooky creatures? Spooky spooks? Okay, so listen, Dave, I got something for you. Listen, let me have a drink. You mind if I have a drink of coffee? During our conversation? Do you ever talk to somebody and there's like, hold on. I'm going to have a drink of coffee. We're going to come right back. This conversation is so important, Dave, to me and you. I'm going to have a drink of coffee to prepare for it. Wait 1 minute. I'll be right back. Dave, there's a haunted house. I believe it's in Tennessee that you have to sign like a 25-page waiver to go through this haunted house. But it's not a haunted house. It's like a sadistic like torture house. Like they don't try to scare you. They just like convince you that they're going to kill you and then they let you go. Like it's nothing like okay, so I got interested. I heard about this thing. Somebody told me about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check it out. So I found a video, like there's a bunch of videos on it. And I found a video, and it's basically just like people being made to eat their own vomit and stuff like that. That's not scary. That's not scary. That's fucking gross. I don't want to be on Fear Factor. Sorry, Joe Rogan. Why did I look up in the air when I said Joe like he was God? Sorry, Joe Rogan. Like I'm talking to God. I don't want to be on Fear Factor, Dave. I don't want to be on Fear. I don't want to go to that. I want to go and see like creatures jump out at me and shit and go boo. That's my version of a haunted house. Not drinking my own vomit. Yeah, not only that, they taser you, you get cut, you get strangled, they put a bag over your head, like so you can't breathe. Like they like basically like drown you. They do all this crazy shit to you. Yeah, look it up. It's in Tennessee. I forget the name of it. Just put like a stupid horror. I don't know it, but I forget what I put. Something. I found it though immediately. I have good Google skills. Dustin Kendall. What's up, Dustin? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, man. Super. Glad you are here. Thanks for joining. Frank. What's up, Frank? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Glad you are here. Running the chat like always. Good to see you, brother. Mr. Bull, what's up, Bull? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Glad you are here. Your Vapors. I just got an email that your Vapors Cloud stuff is on its way. It's like, dude, I ordered that like a week ago. Where the fuck is that? So hopefully it'll be here soon. Hopefully I'll get it out to you Saturday. Great to see you, man. Thanks for joining, brother. Ian Thomas, what's up, Ian? How you doing, man? Great to see you, sir. Glad you are here. Jeff Lawson. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, sir. Super duper glad you are here. Leo Barry. What's up, Leo? How you doing, man? Good to see you, sir. Glad you are here. Thanks for joining. Mark, what's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Great to see you, Mark Loomis. Thank you for joining, brother. Browns, I'll tell you, Mark, the Browns, I don't know. We're in the easy part of the schedule. I guess that's good. We've got, what, 2 wins? Yeah, they need the easy part. The easy part of the schedule could not come quick enough. They fucking need it for sure. Good to see you, man. Glad you are here. Kip Drippers, what's up, Kip? How you doing, man? Great to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining. Glad you are here. We're Mighty Zogberg. What's up, Zogberg? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here. Stephen Aiken. What's up, Stephen? How you doing? Good to see you. Subaru. What's up, Subaru? How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Faceless Favorite. What's up, dude? How are you, Faceless? Great to see you, man. Tim Coils 810. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Todd Black. What's up, Todd? How you doing, brother? Great to see you, sir. Super glad you are here. Tommy to the motherfucking V. Good to see you, Tommy. Glad you are here, sir. Tony Jenkins. What's up, Tony? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Glad you are here. Tracy. What's up, Tracy? How you doing, hon? Great to see you. Glad you are here. Vape Boy. What's up, Vape Boy? How are you, sir? Great to see you, man. Thank you for joining. Glad you are here. Wired with Talk with Big G. He's going to wire you up. He's got his own YouTube channel. You guys should check it out. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I watch it during the day. He goes live during the day because he's in the United Kingdom. We got a different time zone over there. Time zones are fucking stupid, Big G. That's what your channel should be about. Change your channel to time zones with Big G and just talk about how stupid time zones are. Champion that cause for me to get rid of time zones. I just want to get Waylon just tried to touch my wiener. I was like, well, what's that all about? Like, what the hell's that? Just hit me. I was like, no, it's Waylon. You're looking at me. That's not appropriate, sir. Not appropriate at all. Where am I at? Oh, and my brother from another mother, Mr. Woodtick Mike. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for joining. All right, let me go back to live chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. You guys don't even know how awesome you are. You don't even know. We're going to go for about 10 more minutes, and then I got to go because I got some baked steak up there waiting to be eaten, and I am the man to eat it. Everybody's just saying hi to each other. Stop talking to each other and talk to me. It's my show. I'm kidding. Kind of kidding. Not fully kidding, but kind of, like, partly kidding. I don't know. I know our clocks went back, so instead of usually 10 p.m., yeah, it's stupid. Stupid. It should be 5 o'clock there. It should be 5:30 there, Big G. 5:30 in the afternoon is what time it should be. Waylon is trying to get on the birthday exit. Now he is... He isn't. So the green screen. He used to get behind the green screen and like hit it. So I cut the green screen where he can't get to it no more. Now he's back there whining about. Where are you at, Waylon? Where were you? Where were you? He just like appeared out of nowhere. Literally, he just like appeared out of nowhere. Like looked at me. Crazy ass cat. Holy Fiber. Yeah, Holy Fiber's a shit, man. Holy Fiber's a shit. Not just a sponsor, they're the shit. And a sponsor. Let's say, Charlie, don't talk about him smelling my wiener for birthday sex. That's gross. That's gross. It's a cat, dude. But he probably does smell it. They can smell everything, right? Cats have like really good noses, I think. You know what? This is life. Let me explain life to you in like a very small frame of mind like mine. If you don't have the ability to communicate effectively with other beings, like the ability to speak or sign language or something like that, you're reduced to like you better have good sense of smell or something, because you're going to end up dead. Like if you don't have a good sense of smell, or you're not fast or able to hide or strong or big or mean or aggressive, you can't talk, you better have one of those. Better have one of those skills. You're not going to make it in this world. So cats, they have good noses and they're quick. That's how they mitigate the ability not to be able to speak, right? I don't know. I thought about that the other day. I was like, wonder if I wonder if cats could talk. Like, how much would they be considered like higher up in the chain of importance? They could talk. Probably would. If a cat could tell you, like, you're a dick. You'd be like, what? You're a dick. Like, if a cat could talk to you? What would your cat say? Big G. What would your cat say to you if your cat could talk? Charlie. What would your cat say to you? It's called the X Factor. X Factor. What the fuck is the X Factor? I don't know what that means. My cats play with my junk all the time. They probably do, Tommy, with claws. You probably like it. Well, Veronica will not be jumping out of a cake for me. Not this year. Scott, I would be willing to tase you for free. I've done it. It's not too bad. Nobody's tasing anybody. Nobody's tasing anybody, Patrick King. God, no. Tony Jenkins got killed. Tracy, I know that there's some people that are stupid. It doesn't matter if they want to make trouble. What happened? I know that there are some people that are so stupid it doesn't matter. They want to make trouble. I don't know. That must have been an accident. I don't think it was saying anything bad. Tommy, that must have been an accident. I don't see why you would time out. Oh, whatever. Cats probably think humans don't have the ability to speak because people don't meow. That could be. Cats pretty much. If you were to, like, you ever hear that, you like aliens watch the Earth, like cats and dogs rule because somebody like follow them around and clean up their shit and stuff. You stink, filthy human. Tommy V said, Tony Jenkins, when you talk right, you can come back. It's Oh, see, I didn't think Tommy. Oh, he thought. Oh, okay. No, he wasn't saying that. Tony wasn't saying that. I was like, damn. Tony's never done anything. Tony Jenkins, cool dude. That's the thing about like typing in chat. Like sometimes I notice that a lot on some shows, and it happens in all kinds of written communication. Is that you don't really get what somebody's saying to you sometimes. So a lot of messages can be misconstrued, and you just have to be patient. You just have to be patient and be like, oh, I didn't know. I thought you were saying something else. But a lot of times, you ever notice sometimes that like people who thanks Shane. You ever notice that sometimes, like in shows, the host or the person who's channel, they'll be talking to the chat and they'll misconstrue something somebody said and they'll get mad about it or whatever. It's like, no. And the rest of the time you're sitting there going, no, that's not what he meant. He didn't mean it like that. Like, and you just get like, yeah. So I try not to like, yeah, I try to look at it. Chris Earl, how you doing? Steve Earl's brother. It's right there, Chris Earl. Oh, talking about people who harass other people, yeah. In the Bible, a donkey spoke. Yep. Oh, Tommy, it's okay, man. That shit happens. Tony will be back. Sesh was right. That's what I thought it was. I was like, wait a minute, I know Tony. I was like, that's not Tommy. I thought, Tommy, you're timing yourself out. Like you always do. All right, what time is it? Got about 5 more minutes. You might need to have another sesh. Hey, Rick Ross, how you doing? El Negro Gato. What it do, man? What's up? Nah, nothing much, man. Freeway Rick Ross in the house. What's up, Rick? Man, so I like hip hop, and I grew up with I really grew up in the golden era. I consider the golden era of hip hop. And I was around when it first became kind of mainstream. When I say mainstream, I lived in Ohio. So if I'm hearing about a music type or I'm seeing it on TV, it's become mainstream. We're not originators of anything here, really. We are in some aspects, like Appalachian music and things of that nature, bluegrass and things like that, all kind of came from this area. But hip hop came primarily from like Brooklyn and the Bronx and things like that is where it really originated from. So. What am I vaping on? Vaping on, just did the review for the Barrage RDA. And in here, I have Spaceman by Shy Tots. So that's what I'm vaping on. It's fantastic. But anyway, so I like hip-hop. And like I said, I grew up in the golden age of it, the 80s and 90s. And, that was kind of mine. Well, today, I have Alexa. So today I got in the shower and I was like, I just said play hip-hop. So they put me on like a new hip-hop station. And I'll tell you, it's not, I have a predetermined thought of today's hip hop, like mumble rap and shit like that. I just don't like it. Because I think that, I compare it to the poetry that the guys were writing back in the day. It's like completely different. Like it was actually, the stuff meant something. It was metaphor, and there was things that you actually had to think about, like when they spoke. And, they had better diction back then too. Like the way they spoke and things like that really played into how the music was, and I really enjoyed that. Well, today it's a little different. A lot of it is a lot of synthesizer and things of that nature that changed the voice, and you don't really, so it's just different. But I was listening to some of it today. It wasn't bad. I heard, and I've heard of this guy before, but Chance the Rapper. I was listening to some of his stuff, and I was like, that's not too bad. This is pretty good. I like this guy's, obviously got good lyrics, an intelligent guy. Like I was like, this is pretty good. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start listening to more of it. A lot of people like it. My son likes the new stuff, and he, so I try to listen to it with him. I could see Scott married to Little Kim. She would, she'd probably tear me up. Little Kim would. I wouldn't be able to handle that. She would tear me apart. Hop spin, mumble rap. I try to, but I feel like baby put the corner. Tony, welcome back. It was an accident, Tony. It was an accident. Tommy's sorry. He didn't mean it. We have like, no, there's never any conflict in our chat ever. I think we've had maybe a couple people, maybe one person a month comes in, like does something. We had some people come in like during the show Friday. It was like kind of like an ass, but they get knocked out pretty quick. Yeah, Diego. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's some guys like, yeah, some of them are pretty good. And that's the thing is like, for me, as an older person who's like, I guess I'm an older person now. Like listening, like music is so generational. It's one of the most art in general is so generational that every generation has a different style of it. And but being open to the new styles, I think is really the key. And I still I'm kind of weird because I have like I'll be listening to like rockabilly and bluegrass and stuff like that, and I'm like, I think I'll listen to some hip hop and like change it up a little bit. So I'm really blessed in that I grew up in a house that like listened to all kinds of different music. You know what I mean? So like I feel like I have like a wide range of like different stuff that I like. But I think I'm gonna start listening to a little bit more of it. You couldn't handle it, Scott. She would break me. Okay, she would break me for sure. I say it was 2 weeks, as he says, but stays with strange music. I used to listen to Tweak. Do you like William Prince Bonnie? That's kind of strange stuff. I listen to that. I used to listen to that a lot when I was drinking. I listened to a lot of William Prince Bonnie. Hey Joseph, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Tom McDonald just laid a track down in case he gets Clinton. Yeah, that's what we watched the other day. Yeah, he might get Clinton. You never know. I was listening to a thing on that today about Epstein and about his death and how that all kind of went down. He originally was in a cell. Now, if you don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is, like Jeffrey Epstein is a pedophile, child trafficker, and assaulted like thousands of women, like had women coming to his house one after, and like he basically had like a service of young women that would come to his house, and he would just like in a day assault like 2 or 3 different women. It's fucking insane, but he got away with it for a long time, and they finally put him in jail. He killed himself, but I listened to a thing today about like, cause it's funny, nobody's talking about it anymore. Like, what happened to that story? Why is nobody talking about that? Like, everybody wants to know, because like his circle of friends were like Alan Dershowitz, Les Wexner, the Clintons, Kevin Spacey. Like, we're talking about like Quentin Tarantino. Like these are like predominantly big people. Like, why are we not talking about this anymore? Prince Andrew, or is that his guy's name over in England? Like, why is nobody talking about this? Somebody gave him a gag order, I guess. So they're saying today the autopsy, there's reason to believe. Now, it was judged as suicide. It was ruled a suicide by the New York coroner. And the body's gone. The body is gone. It's gone. There's no more body. So, there's that. Lil's can't make that shit on Veronica. That's probably true. Veronica's pretty tough. Veronica and Lil Kim would probably get along really, really well. They probably would. They probably laugh a lot. I like Nerd. Yeah, I like Nerd. I have a couple of their CDs. Yeah. Ferrer. Yeah. Ferrer. Oh shit. I'm saying Ferrer. Is that how you say it? I like the stuff he did with Daft Punk too. I like Daft Punk. So, the person that Charlie just mentioned, Dr. Michael Baden, is like the #1 forensic expert on Earth. Like, he's the guy. Like, let me tell you something. Let me give a piece of Charlie. I'm gonna give you a piece of advice right now. If you plan on killing someone, okay, you got to do it. Got to kill him. It's gonna happen. You got to plan it. First-degree murder. You're planning it out. You're gonna do the whole thing. Kill that guy first. Kill him first. Because if you don't kill him and he gets on the case, he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. He'll find you. He'll get you. So make sure you kill him first. Yeah, he's like the #1 guy on Earth, and he said it looked like more than likely it was more consistent with homicide than it was suicide. Originally, so here's the story. Originally, when Epstein tried to kill himself the first time, he was in a cell with another man who was a ex-cop. and had been convicted of killing 4 people, murder. He was up for homicide of 4 people. So bad dude, not a good guy. And originally he said that guy tried to kill him while he was in the cell. And they got to him quick enough that he didn't get a chance to do it. So there's already there's questions whether he really tried to kill himself the first time. Because obviously the story being that he tried to kill himself, they put him in watch, and then the suicide watch, and then they let him out of it and he killed himself. Would make sense. So I tried to kill yourself, now you're going to try to kill yourself again now that you're out. But they're saying that he said that the guy tried to kill him. That isn't what they said. He said that. Epstein did. So if he didn't try to kill himself the first time, what makes you think he tried to kill himself the second time? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Epstein is in hell for sure. He then just put up a rally. I'm not touching that. I said what I had to say about him on Friday. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Dead Rabbit 2. Not buying it. But everybody's allowed to their opinion on that. Channel closed down now, right? Yeah, I'm going to get banned. I'll probably be banned. Like, the channel will be, like, shut down in, like, 6 minutes. Yeah, probably. Fuck, you never know that shit. Who killed Biggie and Tupac? LAPD. LAPD killed them guys. Or Suge Knight. I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. I've watched a lot of stuff on that. Who killed them? A lot of people say it was Suge Knight killed Tupac, but Suge Knight got shot. He was in that car too. I'm not saying he's above getting it. I mean, it would makes him look less guilty, but you can't choose where you get shot at. You know what I mean? So you could die. Suge Knight's a big dude, but doesn't mean a bullet won't kill him. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty ballsy to get your own car shot up to kill somebody else. I don't think I would do that. White cat, blackface. Yeah, change the channel name. That would not go over well. Not putting blackface in the title, anything like that. Have you guys been watching The Watchmen? Do you guys watch The Watchmen on HBO? It's a new series. Basically it's a comic book. Boy, man, it's good. It is good. But they got I wanted to be the main character. Her name is Night. Like, I thought about being her for Halloween because she has like she wears like a nun outfit with this hood, and then she has this like black paint across her eyes, and it is like the coolest. She's the coolest looking thing ever, and she's like a ninja. She's like a fighter. But I was gonna be her. My buddy's like, "Well, you can do like the blackface and the black." I was like, "No, not doing that. That is not a good idea. No." But if you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's really good, and she's my favorite character by far. She's the lady. She was in the lady who plays it was in Boys in the Hood. She's in Poetic Justice with Tupac, like a pretty famous actress. But she's like the main person in it. And Don Johnson was in it. If you remember Don Johnson from Miami Vice, he died though. Well, I just ruined it for you, but yeah, he's in it too. I tried but couldn't get into it. Watch it again. I love it. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. Like the Watchmen are like, they're kind of superheroes, kind of. But they're not like have like any kind of superpower. They're kind of superheroes. No, I'd love to see it though. Slayer Killology. I love Slayer. Thank you, Dave. Regina King. That's her name. Regina King. Scott got a crush on her, probably. She's pretty. She's pretty. She's about my age. She's a pretty lady. In the show. Don Johnson died in the show. Not in real life. No, you're not dead in real life. In the show. It's about to get way better. Yeah, I've heard the Watchmen are really good. I didn't see the movie, but I've heard the Watchmen are really good. Yeah, so we're watching that. Yeah, try again. Try again. Doc Johnson makes dildos. I don't know who Doc Johnson is. So they are technically superheroes. Why? I keep am I freezing? Do you guys see that? I'm freezing on my side. And I haven't seen Joker yet. I haven't seen Joker yet, which I want to go see that. I really want to go see Joker. I discovered Carnival Row. Is that what's that on, Tracy? Is that on Netflix? Carnival Row? I'll watch it if it's on Netflix. Go choose for a chuckle. Thanks, man. Ohio State, okay. Ohio State is legit. Ohio State's good. They're legit. Like, you know, I try to be really careful with how I, like, look at them because I get, it's like anything. You get kind of blinders on. You think they're better than they actually are, but they're pretty good. And I'll tell you, the, oh gosh, what's his name? Young, what's that? The defensive end's name. He's the best player in the country. Chance, is his name Chance? What, daggone it. How can I not? Chase Young, I think is his name. The defensive end they got, best player in the country. He destroyed Wisconsin single-handedly. They couldn't do anything. Every time they dropped back to pass, he was in on them. Every single time. If you like football, man, Ohio State has got a really, really good team. All right. All right, I'm all done for today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Thank you again for the birthday wishes from everyone. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. 9 on the YouTubes. You got some great shows. You got Johnny Drips Heavy and Mr. Vapor Swaggins on Never Heard of Them. 9 o'clock. That's on Heavy Metal Vapors channel. And you have Golf Tea Vapes on at 10:30. I'll see you in the chats of those shows. Friday on the Vape Hot Tub, we have Michelle Doldime on as our special guest. Charlie and I are really looking forward to that. Should be a great show. 5 o'clock on Friday, we will be live. See you then. Everybody, have a fantastic night. Love you guys. See you then. That is not the credits. That is credits. Leighton, what you doing, bud? Are you trying to find what?